Welcome everyone, back with another episode of Friday Night Lights. This is season 3, episode 12, and it's called Underdogs.
That's a weird title given how the last one finished.
Yeah.
Obviously the last one finished with Mr. McCoy losing the plot.
Properly lost it as
Predicted as well for once.
It wasn't even like just hitting him. He was beating on him.
Yeah.
You can see that frustration has built up in the fact that he hasn't been... He's been out of control of his son for a while now, hasn't he? And he doesn't like that. He clearly likes to be in control.
It's like I said in the intro before it happened. That's felt like where it might go. Because he is that controlling.
Yeah.
Was there going to be a physical element to the violence? And there was. You kind of ended up the episode with Mrs. McCoy and JD staying with Coach and Mrs. Coach.
Yeah, they were there to save the day.
Everyone does.
Normal.
They might as well have B&B.
Yeah. Just,
to be fair, bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
Sorted out, correct.
Little motel.
Yeah, that's it. A little bit extra cash. But yeah, surely he's done. He's got to be done. I'm trying to think why this would be called Underdog. Unless they're just going to literally switch back. Because when you think Underdogs, you think, they're going for state. So you would automatically go back to that. And is this now going to affect JD in the football sense? Is it going to have a... Because that for him is going to be such a shock. Like, even though it seems like he's lived his life knowing he's being controlled, he's probably not ever felt the element of fear that he is right now. So.
Yeah, it's a tough one on Coach, because do you put Saracen back in at quarterback now, or do you stick with JD after what he's been through?
Yeah, I have no idea. I'd probably stick with JD, see how he responds. I'd let JD do what he wants to do. Do you want to play? Obviously, if his performance is way off and his throws so far out that he can't, then he'll have to get pulled. But I would leave it down to him.
Yeah, it could be that he's so free now of his dad's sort of controlling that he has a game of his life, maybe. Or maybe it's a good thing for him that he's gotten away from his dad a bit.
Why would the episode be called Underdog, though, if that's the case?
I don't know.
Because he's had a pretty good season, isn't he? You think about it, he's about, 12? He's come into the team and, taken over QB1. Would
they be underdogs for state?
That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering if it's going to be something to do with that. And I don't know, maybe he is going to struggle and it's going to have affected his game. But I just hope whatever happens in this episode, I just hope Mr. McCoy's done. That guy needs to be in prison. We didn't. They hadn't taken the next step yet towards the last episode.
Just we'll leave it tonight, let things calm down, and then we'll sort it out in the morning, maybe.
Yeah. But it was a busy episode last time. That kind of was the climatic. Feature, obviously, with something like that happening. But let's jump into this episode, see what it's all about. Please give the episode a like if you haven't done so already, and hope you enjoy.
It's not Pantherama again, is it?
Given support to JD, and now for me to have to turn around and call Child Protective Services?
You have a mandate. All you know is that you and a lot of other people witnessed this guy beating up his kid. That's child abuse.
Clint's on it this time. He was a bit of a dick when he was in it before.
He's not wrong there.
No.
Obviously, it puts Tammy in a tough position, but...
He's right.
Yeah,
he's definitely right with what he says.
It's not like we have a choice.
Yeah. The police haven't been contacted.
Yeah, I'm guessing not. But if he's still around, they need to be looked into by...
Yeah, definitely. It puts them in a really awkward position, doesn't it?
It does.
She's obviously the principal, he's his football coach, and they saw what happened. Like
the vice principal said, you don't know how deep it goes, you don't know how often this occurs. It might be an ongoing thing that needs to be looked into by Child Protective Services.
Yeah.
Even the 81 Panthers would have a tough time beating this squad. I'm just saying, Coach Taylor's going to need help from above to beat these boys.
So they are underdogs.
New alarm clock. Doing that at someone's home. It's like the sort of thing you do at a public toilet. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh. No lock?
Oh. Billy! Get out of the bathroom! Billy, close the door, please. I'm going to the...
Well, you're going to have to skip school, Lila. This is your future.
Is Lila going to outstay her welcome, maybe?
Maybe. Did he just put something down his pants?
I don't know. was he peeing into something?
Oh, yes. That would be what he's doing, In the sink, he said.
Yeah, I'm going to name it Riggins Riggs. It's going to be awesome. Put a hydraulic lift right there where that car is. Yeah.
I make a mechanic's garage.
Yeah.
It's awesome, man. It's awesome.
That's the one thing. They've never faced us before either, gentlemen. It'll be a damn good fight.
Portfolio is the most important thing, and you've got great grades. I think your teachers can give you great recommendations.
I still gotta get in, though.
Well, what do you think? How do you feel the colleges are going to respond to this essay?
You hate it.
No.
No, you hate it.
No.
Yeah.
It reads like a 5-page needlepoint pillow, and it's painful.
Okay, so
Never
that's not
look
fair.
at
It's
it
due this
ever again.
weekend. I hate you.
There was a time that he wouldn't have been that honest to her.
No.
Joe McCoy?
Yeah?
I'm Mark Enderlin. This is Jody Russi. We're with Child Protective Services. We'd like to speak with you and your family.
Moment of realisation.
Calm down. Has your dad ever hit you before?
No.
Are you afraid of your father now?
No, I'm not. I just want this whole thing to be over. I need you to calm down. If you don't cooperate with us, we can take your boy out of your custody pending our investigation.
Just shut up, please.
Ah, so they're all very much wanting him to stay. This is going to be really awkward now for Coach and Mrs. Coach.
Yeah, it will be.
People always need haircuts.
Where are you sending money? Huh?
Oh,
Chicago. That's way up in Illinois.
Illinois.
That's too far, honey. I mean,
That's how you'd pronounce it, isn't it? Illinois.
All right, I still could stay here.
isn't that just going to waste a whole bunch of money?
Yeah, I mean, it was just an idea for a minute.
Wasn't a good idea, was it? Huh?
Yeah, you're probably right.
She's very dismissive of him, any fault of him leaving.
Yeah.
It's really hard for him, but he's got to go. He's got to go do him.
Lance has earned himself a spot on special teams, gentlemen.
Oh, nice.
To his crowd. Let's go, Coach.
He's going to play for him at State. Crazy.
Special teams.
Yeah, love that.
Imagine he's going to run the ball back.
Yeah.
Why would you call the cops on my dad? You hate him, huh?
So how are you?
Yeah, this is going to be quite an awkward situation. Oh, she's met up with him.
But Lila, I want you to move back in, honey. I really want that. What do you mean?
Well, I'm going to San Antonio State with Tim, and we're probably going to get a place together.
Oh.
It's kind of like the whole Vanderbilt thing not working out was like fate, you know?
What can he say here? I mean, it's
Yeah.
nothing he can say.
He's got a back. I think he kind of doesn't hate Tim anymore.
Game. I'm not going to be on the bench. I'm actually going to be on the field. Whatever crappy seats that you have, throw them away because I have some slightly less crappy seats, and you're going to want.
I'm sorry. I know it's lame, but I have to finish this.
He'll write it forward, do you think?
He'll help her get it done.
How many people in a house?
Listen, I hope for you and I to find some time to get together.
Trying to put out that fire you started, Coach?
Yeah, definitely him who started it.
Have you seen Landry? You know where Landry is? No, man, I haven't seen him all day.
Hungover.
Oh, no.
Mindy? Tara?
Stop yelling. You help me with this, and I'll drive you.
That's fine. I'll help you with whatever it is.
Oh, Mindy's having a good time.
Hey, I feel all right.
Like the QBs are just not in.
Miserable.
Has Matthew ever said anything to you about wanting to be an artist?
Well, he's really good at drawing.
Well, I always encourage him. Everything he does, I encourage him.
I know. He knows that, too.
But I'll see you all later.
Do you think he's now going to listen to his father's advice on the field instead of Coach's, reversed from what's happened previous?
That could be a thing.
I know this is a difficult situation. I understand that. It's not lost on me. This team's dependent on you.
Let's see. 2 flunkies from the state of Texas barged into my house to scare the hell out of me and my boy. Joe and I had to take parenting classes from some 23-year-old who doesn't even have kids. Forgive me if I want nothing to do with you. Yes?
Nah.
This
Well,
is
should
your
I write
essay.
about my trashy family? About the fact that my sister's a stripper or my mom is a high school dropout who drinks boxes of wine like it's water?
Yeah, to be honest.
What changed?
What?
You know, what changed from 2 years ago? Why did you stop having enough hate in your heart to start a freaking car?
Yeah, she's motivated. She turned it around.
And what else?
I don't know. I became friends with Julie. Mrs. Taylor started to take some interest in me. Started doing my homework.
Yeah, she did have the role models all of a sudden that hadn't previously been there.
Yeah.
It's going to give him everything he needs.
Hey, what are you doing next year?
Guess I'm going to San Antonio State.
I don't know why, I just think he's going to be working in that garage.
Yeah.
Excited.
Last game, 7.
No regrets.
What are you doing?
Well, you're gonna win. Or you're gonna lose.
She's not wrong.
Either way, the sun's gonna come up the next morning.
I want to learn about the world. I want to surprise myself. I want to be important. I want to be the best person.
Running plays.
I want to define myself. I want an interesting and surprising life. the possibility that things are going to change.
Nice.
I can't wait.
That's great.
I think it's great too.
I knew there was a kiss coming.
Of course. I don't hate it as much as I did 2 episodes ago.
No.
They have a way of just bringing me around to these things.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'll go on then.
When she puts it all like that, it's mad how she's turned her life around.
Yeah.
Again, breaking the mould from her family as well.
Exactly. We said before, like in season 2, she was like probably the character, her and Buddy, that just grew the most.
Yeah.
Let me just ask you one question. Can you play like champions?
Real David and Goliath matchup. And they're as big and as fast as anyone has ever seen.
Yeah, scary looking in those uniforms.
The Panthers' hopes are riding on the shoulders of the freshman phenom, J.D. McCoy.
You gotta look him up before you throw the ball.
He looked like he had a bit of time there, to be honest.
He had time. He got the throw off.
Back to pass.
It's taking too long.
Yeah, he thinks it's Kirk Cousins or something.
I've got a lot of game ahead of us. Do you understand me? You understand me? Look at me when you say that. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
That looked well
He's
early.
got a ton of room. One man to beat. That is the second Titan touchdown.
Maybe it wasn't early then. No one seems to be calling for it.
No.
Looks early. Oh, jeez.
Wow.
We are not going to allow any more big plays tonight, gentlemen. What are you looking at? You want to be out there in that field so bad?
Yes, sir.
Then show me something!
Matt looks stunned.
Yeah, he didn't expect it. It's his final game, though, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah.
So
This is it.
could go out big.
I mean, JD's like been hit
He's been
so many
battered.
times.
I want a big play for Landry as well. Kick off the turn.
Underway. Here's have it at the 5. Got a head of steam.
He's getting there.
Yeah.
Good blocking.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's the big play I wanted for Landry.
He could go all the way.
Nice.
Touchdown.
Yeah, okay. Well
Love
done.
that.
Oh, and he takes
See, go on. Just skates on.
Saracen rolling back to mumps.
Kids keep doing what he's doing. He's going to run a route. Wow.
And he throws deep.
Please be there, Matt.
Yeah, that's an all-timer for Matt. Wow.
Celebrating like they have the game won. The game is not
98
over
seconds on the
until
clock, I think it
final
was.
Whistle blow.
Don't.
He is
No.
done.
Punch the ball out.
Complete at the Panther 19-yard lines. Is it, folks?
No, they obviously went for the 2 points and didn't get it.
The Titans are going for the field goal. Bad news for the Panthers. The Titans
They're all
kicker
out
hasn't
28.
missed from this
That's
range.
what's weird. 34-yarder, isn't it? It's not like we're going to see wide right or anything.
Is it the one time I want to see a wide right? Is it special teams?
No, their offense will be on. They're literally on
No,
19 yards.
Is it Dylan? Is it Panther special teams that try and block the field goal? Could it be another Landry big play maybe?
Yeah, probably would be, yeah. But no, look, they're going for it.
Or was it defense? I can't remember.
This is weird. Why would you not just kick the field goal?
Doink. I want to see a little doink. Ah, it's through.
That's going to have picked up a lot of national attention. Colleges are going to be scrambling after Saracen.
I am in awe of each and every one of you gentlemen. There's not a single person in this room that's ever going to be the same. You be proud of yourselves.
Do we find out if they were married in real life? They're not, are they?
They're not.
That's disgraceful.
They should be.
They should be, yeah. Sorry to their actual partners.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Just... Where's the rig stuff?
Let's give him a minute.
What do you think he's doing?
Ryan maybe taking it all in. It's his last.
Do you think?
It's his last game, isn't it? Put his cleats in the bin, maybe. Don't know.
Well, he's going to. As things stand, he'll play in college, right?
What a place to end it. Next one's called Tomorrow Blues. They're going to have the Blues, aren't they, for a while?
Yeah, well, to tomorrow. That's the final one. That's the season finale, episode 13.
I did think when it was
So-
state, I was thinking in my head.
Yeah.
There's going to be nearing the end.
There's so much to wrap up because there's so many. We've got the two continue. The two big two that are now coming to the end about what's going to happen next are Rig and Saracen, and what's going to happen with them. You've got, does Tyra get into college?
Yeah.
You've got the McCoys versus the coaches.
That's going to go.
No. I mean, trying to think like what I would want for everyone in like the ideal world. I think it'd be great if Tyra could get into college and
100%.
leave Texas and just get out there and do something that's never been
Just
achieved.
leave Dylan, really. I mean, Texas.
She wants it. She's always wanted it. Going right back to when Mike Ross turned up for an episode.
Yep.
She even said to him about like getting out of the States. She's always wanted to do something bigger and be a part of something bigger. So for her, I think that'd be really nice. On the flip side, I actually think the perfect ending for Rig would be to work at the garage, because he's very different to Tyra. He seems quite scared of the possibility, and you can't have everyone go for everything all the time. And I think he's very homesick. I think he's very homely, and I don't think he wants to leave. Even when the New York episode, it was a really nice episode, but I could never see Rig doing that kind of thing. And I just think for him, working in the garage would be his perfect end.
There could be it as well, and also that ending there was it seemed it was very ceremonious, with him leaving his cleats on the turf, like that's me done now. That's my final game. I'm leaving these here. And leaving football, maybe.
Yeah, no, it could well be. But yeah, I think with those are two. I think both characters have just given off completely different dynamics.
Yeah.
One's been very consistent in wanting to be part of something bigger. I just feel like Rig keeps getting drawn back to the area he's in. He does love cars, and you could see when Billy was showing him that garage, you could almost see it in his eyes. And you could just tell, and you just got that sense. Like I could see him working there.
Yeah. Also, towards the end there, when we saw Saracen looking really gutted, upset at the loss, but then when it panned to Rig, and he's got like a half smile on his face, as if he's satisfied, relief. He's completed, and I think that could be the end of football for him. I think he might be right there. It just seemed like he was content.
Yes, exactly that. The thing is I don't know how that's going to go down with Lila, because she seems very set again on getting out. So I just thought like Lila is she meant to be like 18 years old?
Yeah.
She definitely looks like someone who's in like their mid-20s minimum.
I swear Kev said when they filmed this, I think I don't know if you're talking about Rig. One of them was like 28 or something.
Oh wow! Okay.
Mental.
It could be her, because it's not to say she looks old either. It's just when she was speaking to Buddy in the cafe, and that she was saying like, about how she's kind of only really forgiven him because it all panned out because she's going to go live with Rig. Yeah. I just thought like, is she meant to be 18?
Yeah, she definitely is.
Yeah, she like definitely looks mid-20s. And I'm not saying I look at least 29.
Yeah, you're mid-20s, mid to late 20s.
Yeah, exactly, same. But what do you think's going to happen with Matt? He's the one I can't make my mind up about. Part of me was like, I raised it earlier in the season about like, what does he actually want to do? But then he played so well, and he seemed so driven, and
would he have that?
What his grandma wants him to do, and you would imagine that game's going to have got him some attention. Like whether or not he might not be a starting QB, but there are going to be college teams that will want him in the setup.
It might have got some of the love back for football, for him as well. So maybe. I think he will go to college though, regardless of what he ends up doing.
You think he's moving away? I think he's going to go art school.
I think he needs to. He's had. There's bits of joy there, but he's had a lot of misery since episode 1. So get out, Dylan. Go and do something else.
Yeah, I would like that for him. But of the three, Tyra and Rig coming in, Matt's the one I'm not sure about how it's going to end for him. I just hope whatever happens, I hope it ends on good terms with him and Grandma, because
she seemed to be coming around to the fact that
because of what Julie said.
Yeah, him and Julie both open to the fact of potentially losing him. So that's just what makes me think he's going to go.
So McCoy's then. Yeah. It's such a. It was obvious once it became clear that they were going to have to call child services because Mrs. McCoy and JD hadn't. It was obvious it was going to be awkward.
It caused friction.
Yeah, you saw when they turned up. They very much didn't want them there at all. All three of them seemed aligned in that they just want to carry on, pretend like it never happened.
Yeah.
But you know what they say? The first time's always the hardest.
Yeah.
With almost anything, and that is probably applicable here.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
If you let one slide, then the second happens, and then you let that slide, and then the third happens. And I'm not saying it's not difficult. I get it's difficult, and it's much easier sitting outside looking in to say, what are you doing? But no, I'd just be like, no, definitely
it's not easy to break out of that situation, especially when it's just hard. Yeah, it's hard. But they did the right thing. Absolutely no doubts about that.
Yeah.
I just want his dad to take some accountability.
Blame coach, didn't he?
Yeah.
Said, look what after what you've caused or something.
Yeah.
Even though he punched a kid 6 times.
Yeah.
And he still wants to.
Narcissistic behaviour.
I just can't believe that he hasn't been shelled out. Like, that's the thing. Coach and Mrs. Coach have just followed the law. They haven't even exactly gone out of their way to make him a prior.
No.
Like I would. I definitely would have. I'd
Yeah.
be telling the boosters. I'd be making sure that everyone knew about it.
Yeah.
And this sick little individual like punching up his son in the car park. And I'd be making a big deal out of it. They haven't even done that. They just reported it.
Yeah.
And have tried really to do as little as possible and get out the way and just let whatever happens happen.
Yeah, with their standing within the community and the school, they had no choice. But also, when you look at their family and their morals and their family values and stuff, there's no way they were going to sit back and just let that happen and not say something. And I think down the line, the McCoys, certainly the mum and maybe JD will understand that. I don't think the dad ever will. I think he's just a dick, and he's not changing for anyone. So
it's like, I know the Mrs. Coach gave Julie a slap once upon a time.
Yeah.
But the whole thing just felt very different. It was an instant regret,
and she
for a slap and an apology, and it was definitely wrong. But that was
another level. Wasn't it?
Another level, and it came with like ultra control as well. You could feel it. So,
and it wasn't just a spur of the moment thing. It was built up anger.
Yeah.
So
Yep, definitely, completely agree. But great episode that.
Really good.
Shame they lost. You got me confused with how many points were on the board because you said about them going for the 2 when it was 28-27. I didn't realise that they had already kicked the field goal. So obviously going for 2 at that point would have made it a 3-point game, but they had obviously already kicked the field goal to make it 28-27.
Of course, they kicked the extra point already.
So thanks for that.
Apologies, mate.
Nah, it's fine. Everyone's gonna be so confused when they're watching it. But no, I can't wait for the last episode. And who knows if for any reason out of like complete nowhere, Rig and Lila decide to call it a day. I don't have to eat a hat, so that'd be nice.
That could happen. Final episode. She goes to college and he stays back.
It's not even a bit of breakup. They just like close the entire series by saying maybe in another lifetime, shake hands. Bosh, this guy.
Hopefully they attempt a long distance relationship.
Terrible idea. But no, please give the episode a like if you haven't done so already. We hope you enjoyed that one as much as we did. Season finale. We'll see you there.